say this often, Alex, but I agree with you. I had Pittsburgh Knights finishing out in top 4, making it into Championship Sunday. I'm a big fan of my LATM brothers. Make some noise in the chat if you're here. And I mean, come on, we're talking about tapping buttons. This is a player who played alongside Evil Geniuses, Roy and Lunchbox and Falcated, and they used to wreak havoc. And then obviously Atso, Atso Uchiha, the king of Genjutsu, Nugget, and I've seen Drift with a sniper rifle. It is one of the scariest things, but they're being tested right here, right now. You said you're proud. They've stepped it up in the losers bracket. I mean, what other choice do they have? It's do or die. But now you're being tested by Team Force. Rami, been there, done that kind of mentality. Fleur, willing to do all the dirty work. Vetra and Bard slaying extraordinaire and two of the hardest players to kill. I mean, I'm going to stay with you, Pittsburgh Knights, but I would not be surprised if Team Force come out on top.
Yeah, I would be. I'd be very surprised. But, it is still going to be a challenge. We've got some good teams in this tournament. But speaking of the Latin America, we had to fight to get them in this one. There was an Canada and America only, stipulation on this tournament. So getting Latin America in was a huge win. And I'm really glad that we get to showcase their ability because both teams really showed off. Fire and Ice did really well. They got taken down by a really good Velocity roster. But this PK team, I wanted to be in this event so bad. I'm so glad we get to watch them. And looking at this layout, they've got a really strong setup here. PK are very good at Empire Strongholds, so that's going to be a very good one to start off on. And they're just a really great Slayer team as well. They very much are about the swarming mentality. And when you swarm, you're going to win a Slayer. You're just going to overcome the other team. Now, the Oddball, I'm not too sure. I can't really rack my brain on how good PK is at Oddball. Not the best start right there from Drift. But we're going to see if he can at least get a kill over here for the OS. Immediately gets taken down, though. Excellent grenade by Bards. Atso does get the camo, but he burns it. So that was all 4 dead right off the start for PK. Not the best.
Drift decided to drift around that corner a little bit too fast and ran into a collision. Bards was able to get the overshield largely because of that. Fleury gets a big kill on Drift, and we both picked Pittsburgh Knights to come out on top. We might be eating our words along with some crow on the side because Team Force have opened up wonderfully.
Yeah, Drift just putting his body into the objective. That's the best thing you can do in that scenario. You want to make sure that you're 3-hopping it to take it as fast as possible. You don't want to stay down there too long. Drift making sure to keep the aggression on. He's going to put just a few shots, wait for his teammate because his teammate has the advantage, and perfect team shot out of PK, and now they're revving up their engines. This is the fastest game type in Halo 5, so you're going to see a lot of rotations on a very quick turnaround. As soon as you see one kill, boom, the team is going to be up in your face, and it's just going to be around we go. A lot of aggression happening bottom middle right now, and that's exactly what you want to see. You want to see that contention for the pit as much as possible.
And one of the things I love about watching these two teams matching up is that I feel like they're so similar to each other. They both have a high amount of firepower, but they really rely on their teamwork and team shot to be successful in these gunfights. As Rami able to take out Barnes, also gets the double kill on Atso. Vetra takes out Drift, and Team Force are on a roll. Call them butter. Let's stay on board here with Vetra and see what he's gonna do.
Vetra's a big name. He's one of those guys that's like a rising young gun that really hasn't made a huge name for himself, but he's definitely been making a lot of strides. Like, we have caught notice of him years ago, and he's just been continuously staying on this grind and been doing pretty darn well. He's one of those individuals that we're just waiting for him to just explode on the scene. But right now we've got Bards with the OS, and I'm not sure if the camo, I don't think camo was burned. It might have been Atso who got it, because Atso was the original one to grab it. It looks like his body is not camoed up. So there we go, tapping. He's going to be able to make some good Predator moves.
35-14 lead in favor of Team Force, who are currently holding on to a ridiculous trip cap right now. They do go 2 down. Atsu and Tapping getting back-to-back kills. Tapping Buttons trying to work his way with this camouflage over towards top pit, trying to go, and he ends up stealing away pit. This might be exactly what the Pittsburgh Knights need to come back in this game, but they have a little bit of a journey ahead of them. We're talking a minimum of 30 points just to take the lead.
We've seen time and time again how big a camo can be in a stronghold, and especially when you start to lose track of when that camo's up, then it can really start to bite you in the butt. And so far, PK have been pretty good about staying on top of that camo. Tapping, not going to be able to get the trade there. That was unfortunate. Atso is able to get some good shots across the map. Jeez, he is a turret.
That he is, but he finally is going to get flanked and be taken down. You always got to make sure you're watching your weak side as Bards takes out Drift off a spawn there, or off a screen, I should say, Fluriously going at the teamwork, but he has somebody right in front of him. Still ends up winning that battle. Dipping Nugget, taking it onto the black screen, 45-32 in favor of Team Force. But I will say a little momentum now swinging towards Pittsburgh Knights as they've just put Team Force 2 down on board here with Bards. How he's going to play defense and defend this blue base.
Looks like he just got the reset. No, he gets it now. Fleur going to take out Atso. Vetra onto Tapping, so the slay's coming in really good for Force. Bard's going to do one. That was 3 dead for Force, though. Bard's last one up. He's making an aggressive play here. This is the minute where OS and Camo are up. Bard's needs to make this fight. He needs to make this player burn it. He does get the beat down. His teammate is there to help him. Huge kill onto the Camo player, and now they have that time.
And look at the aggression that Team Force is still putting on the Pittsburgh Knights, but it's not converting into time. Finally, they put the double cap on the board, but you see Rammies by himself towards bottom mid. That's going to be a 4 down for the boys in red. Pittsburgh Knights, they clutch up when it matters most. They got the slays, they steal pit away, and now they have the lead. We're going into about the halfway point in this game. Pittsburgh Knights starting to ice up when it matters most. They may be able to do it.
I like the viewpoint we're getting with the third person. Shout out to Louis V. Titan over there on the sticks. He is making all the right switches today. We've got the bolt shot in action. You rarely see it, but there's the double from Atso, and he's going to make some really smooth moves here into red. He does get taken down by a good team shot from Bards, and then the rotations are going to come in, so you immediately see the turnaround. Triple cap from Pittsburgh Knights. And this is looking much, much better than the beginning of the game.
That it is. 6 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. So what that means is we're not going to see an overshield and a camo for quite some time. Team Force is going to have to make a little bit of a routing here, and all they're going to have is their pistols and fisticuffs. Sadly, they just went 2 down. Fluriously notices that he's going to swap bases and take over blue, but the way Strongholds work, in order for you to put time on the board, you need at least 2 caps. They need to get these slays and get in the base, and Atso says absolutely not.
Enemy team nearing victory.
Ramy trying to do his best, going to put a nade down into the Stronghold. He's not going to be able to get that trade onto Nugget. Nugget doing a fabulous job at staying aggressive with his team. Now, that's one thing when you're a last-minute fourth on a roster. You want to make sure that you are staying with their play style, that you really are gelling, and you want to get in sync with them. And so far, Nugget has been doing a fantastic job. Drift here, holding this outside. He's going to grab the OS, and I think a camo player is in play. Let's see if he can maybe try to take out that OS player.
Enemy team 40.
It's the classic camouflage versus over shield as Vetra able to take out Atso, ends up getting the double kill on Drift, but taking heavy damage over from Turbine. Vetra goes down, so does Camouflage, and look at the scoreboard. It's working well towards Pittsburgh Knights. Luckily, Team Force end up getting that cap right at the nick of time. Now they need to go on a credible run and play near perfect Halo at this point if they're going to come back and steal this game away.
Yeah, they need to start flying. Force needed to be on top of them right away. There was too much, like, staying still. Like, they weren't making moves. Like, in Halo 5, you have got to be constantly moving, making plays, getting across the map, and starting to contest those strongholds. Every second counts, every single inch. And Tapping Buttons and the squad were aware of that. They hopped on that objective. They have a very effective play style in this game type, and it is just too much for this Force squad. Look at them. Just so much focus on the strongholds at all times.
Game over.
And just like that, your Pittsburgh Knights are going to take game number 1 decisively at that. However, the scoreboard may not reflect it, but Team Force did play well. There was some nice spurts where I saw Team Force making the right plays that they making the plays that they needed to make. And arguably, a couple of things go their way. They go on a run, and the scoreboard might have been flipped in favor of Team Force. However, we're going to talk about the here and now, not the what ifs. Drift, 8 captures, 4 strongholds secures. I would love to see maybe the kills or even the damage side of things as we swap on over. Drift, 16 kills, but Tapping Buns, 12 kills, 20 assists. That jumps off the screen to me, Alex.
Yeah, that assist column and the objective column are just astronomically better. It's just Pittsburgh Knights all day for that game type. Not a strong one for Force at all. We saw a lot of gooses as far as defense, as far as secures, and in a stronghold game type, all 4 members need to be on top of that, and they need to be making the best plays possible. We saw some great slays out of Bards and crew. We saw awesome stuff from each individual. They were winning their gunfights. They were making sure to get some big trades. They were getting the team shot. Everything was awesome. They were even on top of OS for a majority of the game. But it is an objective game type, and you've got to be making the right rotations onto those strongholds, and it just wasn't working for Force. Force were, like I said, staying, I don't know if it was hesitation, if they didn't have an in-game leader saying, okay, we need to make this play, or they just weren't on the same page. Whatever the case. Oh, I didn't like that play at all, by the way. Vetra really needed to play his life. He could have put a few shots back down with that camo, made that camo last just a little bit longer, gotten a little bit more value out of it. But yeah, just those tiny little mistakes being made around the power-ups, around the objective, and Force just could not hang. So like we said, Pittsburgh Knights, that's a very strong game type for them. But regret Slayer, I'm one of those guys that just believes that Slayer could be anybody's game.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I noticed that the slays and the damage were about even, a lot closer than what the scoreboard was. And when you're going into Slayer on Regret, what matters most is that damage, is that slay, is that firepower, and clearly Pittsburgh Knights have it because they started off with a 3-0 run.
Hatso just really starting off this series, both games so far, he is able to get a control of the power-ups. And a very big back smack there by Team Force to be able to get that distraction on him and force out an assassination. That's going to be huge, but ultimately grabbing these power-ups is just really great for Pittsburgh Knights. Veteran not going to be able to take over top middle. Atso and Tapping doing just that, putting down the damage top middle. But Rami, he's going to get a very good pickup, and that is really the key to this map, especially in Slayer, is getting those picks when you come off of your spawn. That way you can take over top middle, you can get multiple angles, and Rami's really been that guy all day long, honestly. Oh my God, where did that nade come from?
It almost looked like it was either a teammate or he naded himself right there because it ended up being a pistol kill on the kill feed. 12-8 lead in favor of Pittsburgh Knights, and Team Force needs to wake up right here, right now, and start winning their pivotal battles. Luckily, Vetra takes out his kill. Rami gonna actually hit a 5-shot off of screen, onboarding with Tapping Buns, who's kind of turtled up in his base because Team Force have finally shown some life in this one.
Tapping Buttons has been one of my favorite players to watch since the very beginning of Halo 5. He has always mastered the level of play at at every angle. It doesn't matter what he is doing. If he is being a bully with the objective, if he is just slaying people out, if he's using the pistol, sniper, it does not matter. He is an all-around god. He is a professional level Halo player, placing top 6 multiple times with Roy and Lunchbox. He is that guy. Almost able to pull off the 5 there, but Fleur is there. He's going to be able to take that fight any day. OS does go in the hands of Force. This is going to be huge.
And now, Alex, you talked about how well Pittsburgh Knights were playing the power-ups. They were able to steal away most of the power-ups on Empire, but now we're seeing Team Force winning their slays right at the nick of time for Rami to get that overshield. Tapping Bun's going to get the 5-shot kill on Vetra. Rami putting down the shots, hunting him down. Bar's going to be awarded the kill, and without any timing loss whatsoever, Rami going towards a perimeter, still putting down damage. This man is always effective on every map. He makes sure that his presence is known, and you always have to account for Rami.
look how annoying Ramy is being right there. Just being a huge distraction, and he knows it. He knows exactly what he's doing. He immediately gets out of there and comes back to help his teammate, but the team shot was too strong out of Pittsburgh Knights. They are laying down some actual laser beams at the moment, just shooting them across the map. That's 3 dead for Force, and Ramy needs to do exactly what he's doing right now. Just wait for his team to come back up and then start putting some damage in. But unfortunately, that pinch came in too fast from Knights.
On board here with Vetra. Gonna climb up over towards top mid, has a player in front of him hunting him down, gets his backside, ends up getting the assist on both of those kills. Ramy gonna be awarded a double kill. Actually, that's gonna be a triple kill for Ramy. Now we're gonna hop on board with him because they're within striking distance. They're only down by 1 kill here, Alex. Team Force might be able to tie up this series.
Ramy is that dude. He was the first one that I saw that was ready to sign up for this tournament as soon as it was announced. He's like, well, I guess I'm back from retirement again. He had the same gif that you always see from Godfather 3. You know, they pull me back in. As soon as you think he was out, he got pulled back in. And it's just great to see him because he is a talented young guy. And he's been killing it for so long. Awesome to have Ramy back in it, playing for the money. And this is a close one. We've got the OS about to drop. Fleur, he's got the plasma pistol. Let's see who's going to be able to come out. It looks like it is a big old fight. Bards, big double kill out of him, and Fleur's going to get it.
Love the fact that Team Force was able to get away with that overkill that you were talking about Ramy before, and I think it's very interesting to watch his growth as a player. You know, he was that young gun before, how, you know, always talked about how high his ceiling was, and he just needed to reach his potential, and now he's reached it, and now he's the veteran of this squad. He's the one being the IGL. He's the one leading the troops, and I love that as Flurcy, another IGL as well, always able to get loud and have the passion taken out at. So finally, Tapping Bun's going to put an end to that, but the damage has been done. Team Force have a 4-kill lead, 37-33, Alex.
Yeah, they're keeping the aggression up, and that's exactly what they need to do. They don't need to hesitate versus these guys. They're on their same level. You even said it yourself, that Pittsburgh Knights, they can easily be taken down by this Force squad, and we're seeing it right now. They're hanging with them. Game 1 was the same way. They are competitors in this series. I'd like to see this go the full distance because there is a will right now. We've got $30,000 on the line, and these boys are fighting for this top 4 to qualify for tomorrow and basically be guaranteed money. This is a guaranteed money match that we are witnessing right now.
Nugget getting a big kill on Flursley. Adzo keeping his top control right here despite being weak, going right up to top mid. 2 down for Team Force. Adzo looking to increase those numbers, and that's going to be a squad wipe in favor of Pittsburgh Knights, who have woken up when it matters most. Now that we're past this 40 kill mark, this is clutch time. Adzo catches some spawners, getting the damage down, wins his individual gunfight, and finally going to be taken down. Alex, you said you wanted this to go down to the wire, and it is.
Yeah, the OS about to drop here in about 10 seconds. Nugget going to be able to get that first kill. That's going to be huge. Oh, and Atzo gets the second. Nugget gets another one. Oh my God, they're going to be set up for this OS. They are all ready to go. Only 1 kill away, and Atzo has it.
Game over.
And that's gonna be it. Pittsburgh Knights, once again, when it matters most, they prove that they have that ice going through them. They come out and steal that game, and that's gonna be 2-0 in favor of PK. This is do or die for Team Force. Going into this next game, it's either they win or they're going home. There is no more chances when you're in the lower bracket.
Got to give a big shout out to Ramy. He has been staying consistent, the most consistent on his team all day when it comes to Slayers. He's just been playing lights out, been playing a very good game of Halo all day long. Great damage out of him, the most damage on his team, second most damage in the game. Tapping buttons, though, just laying down some super shots, making everything too easy for his squad. And yeah, like I said, tapping all day, his movement and the amount of shots that he's able to land, and the kind of level of play that he's playing at a higher level than the rest of the people in this game. I can guarantee you that. Tapping is playing chess, the rest of the people are playing checkers.
And, you know, I'm going to agree with you. I mean, Tapping Buds is definitely probably the MVP of this squad and a large reason why they're so successful. But I want to give it up to all of PK, because even though they all have that individual skill where they could win most of their gunfights, they don't rely on that. What they really rely on is that teamwork. You'll notice lots of times they don't prefer to get into those 1v1 battles. They want to force the 2v1 situation, sometimes even a 3v1, and get those hard target medals and just raining down shots from multiple angles. No matter where a PK member is on the map, you can almost guarantee there's another one within arm's length.
That's so true. I saw that from Force time and time again, where they thought that they were in a good situation to get a few kills. We saw it at the final end of the game that PK was able to just dominate every angle and took over the overshield possession. That was just fantastic team shooting. But this game, I said it at the very beginning of the series, I said this game was going to be that question mark. This is going to be that turnaround. This could be the swing game that Force need.
Alex, this is why I love being on the desk with you. I mean, you've been doing this for so long. You're a veteran in this industry. I look up to you personally, and you just have that knowledge. You know what you're talking about, and I agree. I 100%. Oddball happens to be that question mark match for both of these guys, not just PK, but I'm questioning how Team Force play on Oddball as well. I don't think it's their favorite game types. We're going to find out who's going to be the most coordinated and be able to control that ball while also controlling the flow of the game.
Oh my God. Atso just got absolutely deleted off the server. He got taken out as soon as he grabbed that camo, but guess what? Camo got burned. That's a W at the end of the day. PK are happy about that. Bards, though, he's got the rockets. He misses the first one. He doesn't even get that player weak. He's forced to back down. His teammates trying to get the cleanup, does not do so. Troy misses the second rocket, and Drift is able to get a triple kill.
Oh no, that was not supposed to happen. He's not done yet. Drift dropping down towards bottom pizza, able to get the melee kill on Rami, and then having the spawn awareness to notice that they're over towards bottom Pelican. Once again, Team Force being 2 down and remaining 2 down because of Pittsburgh Knights' awareness and their communication and that ultimate firepower and pressure.
That is so unfortunate. I mean, you have a really good start. You feel good about that one. And then all of a sudden, it just turns around on a dime. You can never be comfortable when you're playing against a squad like this. Pittsburgh Knights just making things happen. Atso playing this one so well. He knows that there's 3 players in front of him, and he's doing his best to play his life there while making sure that he puts down maximum damage. Excellent work out of him. Bard's almost getting that trade right there or Nugget, I'm sorry, almost getting that trade onto Bard. So Nugget just once again showing that he is really putting in good effort.
And now we're onboarding with Tapping Buns, just doing a great job of holding down this blue control with his teammates here, but Drift does go down. That's going to be courtesy of Furiously. Tapping Buns goes towards the outskirts of the map, but gets damage put on him, decides to drop the ball, has that plasma pistol in his back pocket. He's not in a playable position, so if he goes down, that's going to be bad. Teammates are getting kills. Rami slides in and gets put down due to a hot 5 by Nugget. There's another player over towards green ramp. He's going to have to get out of dodge. Drift ending that, and all the control and scoreboard going in favor of the Pittsburgh Knights. Drift with the triple.
Drift with another one? Dude. And then Nugget, that's going to allow him to come in here, get the burn. That's another W. Getting that camo off the map, not allowing the other team to have it. That's fine. Getting that triple kill, allowing for this time. They are just continuously getting the time. They are super objective, focused right now, and they're doing a fantastic job. Drift, though, man, he's getting all the kills.
46-1 lead in favor of your Pittsburgh Knights, and Drift going to show what he can do with the green gun. Actually, let's put it away. Teamwork comes in. Nugget gets the double kill. Tapping Buzz going to steal his triple kill. That's a bad teammate, Tapping. You always give your teammate the triple kill as Atso going in for the challenge over towards the crane side of the map. And that's what I'm saying. Pittsburgh Knights, they get the slays and they don't have no timing loss whatsoever. They utilize that spawn knowledge to keep the pressure on. Luckily, Vetra gets the first initial kill on Atso. So this might be what Team Force needs to do to finally put some points on the board.
Look at that. They are getting rockets and putting them to use. They're grabbing the ball, making sure the ball goes off the map. That's going to be 3 dead for Force. PK are playing just too damn well right now. This is looking like a 3-0. This is just some extremely good Halo. Force are not able to match it.
Incoming. Perfect.
Hot vibe by Nugget. Drift advancing forward. Ads are going to be taken out furiously off of screen, but we're finally seeing some points being put down for Team Force. They're still running into hella nades right there as Drift going to get the kill. Taking a little bit of team damage. Has the Needler now the ball. Trusting his teammates to chase down that kill. Notice how he likes to pick up the ball and sits over towards top blue. He trusts his teammates to get the kill. Now going to have to play the ball. Just... I was going to say perfect Halo being played, but Barnes gets the melee and picks up the ball right before it goes off the map. Alex, I know you love that.
Massive, massive. Using Halo 5's mobility, grabbing that ball, getting right back onto the map. That's the kind of plays that we want to see more of. Barge doing a huge job. Rami putting the rockets to use. This is a big, big moment for Team Force.
Enemy has the ball.
But they just went forward down. It was so funny because I was about to say Pittsburgh Knights making no mistakes whatsoever, and it wasn't really a mistake. It was just Bards making an incredible play to get the melee and steal the ball away. But when push comes to shove, Pittsburgh Knights end up spawning up, playing defense on their spawn, getting the slays, and now they have the ball back in their hands. It's almost like Team Force didn't even make a play. I mean, Bards did a great individual, I guess an individual kill right there and grabbed that ball and saved it. But look at the scoreboard. It's not reflecting.
It really isn't. And that same can be said for the Stronghold game, right? Like, they just were not able to play the objective as well as they possibly could. The efficiency isn't there. Oh my God, Drift's able to save Atso's life here. He's just going to challenge right now. He's trying to go for the trade. He's trying to get the cheeky little angle through Pizza. Not going to be able to do so, but he was a huge distraction and allowed tapping to get a lot of seconds.
129 to 21 lead in favor of PK. Vetra does get the kill, ends up getting a double kill, and that allows Fluency to slide in there, grab some ball time, and I mean, it's not over until it's over. A long journey ahead of them, but Team Force can come back. If they don't, they're going home.
10 seconds to rocket
Yeah,
launcher.
this is all but over. We've got a camo coming up. We've got rockets coming up, but it doesn't matter. The aggression right now from PK is just too much. Tapping going to get that pick. Atso's ready for the ball. He's got all the help in the world. 2 are down for Force. This is all set up and all she wrote. Nugget has the rockets. There's no way that he's going to be able to blow this one. Yeah, you see there? I told you.
Nugget, I guess maybe he might have felt the pressure and thought he was going to die, decided to waste the rocket. I'm not sure exactly what was going on, but either way, 2 down go PK. And, you know, lots of times you hear me talk about, like, the teamwork and the efficiency of both of these teams. Pittsburgh Knights and Team Force, they both play really similar, but when the backs are against the wall, when it's mano el mano, slay or be slayed, Pittsburgh Knights have had complete control. Either way, Team Force putting some points on the board here in the efforts of not getting camouflage. The ball going to be played. Flursley goes down. Great play by Team Force, but Pittsburgh Knights, they just need to grab that ball and put 2 seconds on the board, and they win. Atso knows it. He wants to make sure he gets the slays first. They're not making any mistakes. They're not going to dive in there. Slays first, ball in hands. That's going to be the victory. Pittsburgh Knights move on.
That is PK all day. 3-0 moving forward into tomorrow, man. That's $30,000 that they're going to be playing for. They go on. They just qualified top 4 team in this tournament, baby. And they're going to be playing against the winner of Falling versus, it looks like Reclamation. Reclamation's currently up 2-1 in their series. They're going to play against Falling. But that is great for them. Hats off to the Mexican gods. We saw that in the chat. Just tremendous effort out of them. 92 oddball time out of tapping buttons. Like I said, playing chess, 13-8, least deaths. He was mapping out the big picture. He knew exactly what he needed his team to do. I'm pretty sure that he was in there play calling, letting Atso, Nugget, and Drift know exactly what they need to do. I absolutely hate players like Atso. Atso got every power-up, was just hoarding them. He was very greedy about every camo and every OS and was just not letting Force have a single one, man. Those kinds of guys are so hard to play against, but so necessary, because look what happened. He was able to cause such a distraction so many times for his teammates. Drift was coming in and just laying it down. We were seeing perfs from Nugget. Nugget was killing it as the last-minute fourth for Palu. Just an outstanding series, and that's just really setting up the story for tomorrow. That was tremendous.
And you made a fantastic point earlier, and I want to capitalize and just elaborate on that a little bit more. So we already know the top 4 is going into our championship Sunday. We know it's going to be Sentinels, Cloud9, Team Envy, along with Inconceivable. This is to find out who's going to grab that 5th to 8th through 8th seed to make it into Sunday. So now that PK have advanced forward into top 4, we know they're going to make it into tomorrow. Now the question is, it's about seeding, because seeding is important. You know, I don't want to go in against the number 1 team, a seeded team. I don't want to do that. I want to make sure that I have a good seed. So the tournament is not over yet. They're guaranteed top 4. I'm happy for them. However, it's not done. The road is still ahead of them. If they can somehow win this and go in with the 5th seed, it's gonna look good for them tomorrow.
Enemy has the ball.
Yeah, definitely. And I want to see them keep going. I don't want to see them in tonight. I want them to bring all of this stamina that they have, because that's what I said. I said that these guys had the stamina. Like, they didn't look too good in the winners, but boy, they have gotten this momentum going. This train is chugging. Let's see it go all the way.
Ball keeper.
And it looks like we're gonna bring in some extra. We're gonna bring over towards the desk. I want to know what's going on, because I know what I think. I know what you think, Nighty. We gotta bring in my boys Faisal Goofy Khan, the natural, and Justin Hunter, JJX Joseph, because I need to know what you guys do. These are professional players right here. It matters.
Justin, go ahead.
Yeah. Where to start? Team Force. We gotta give them props for making it this far. They're a great
little
team.
Claps. Baby claps.
Yeah, they got like some golf claps. They're a great team, but don't get it twisted. They are levels to this, and you know, they weren't quite on the same level as the Pittsburgh Knights, which isn't a surprise to me. Anyone who knows or has played against any of the players on that team knows that they're absolutely nasty, and the amount of time that they've put in together, playing together. Those guys that group of friends has been playing and competing with different variations of teammates and stuff for years. I was matching up against them in tournaments in 2017, 2018. They have the experience together, and it really showed in that last series. They simply outclassed Team Force.
Yeah.
Now, I do have...
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you guys hit all the money points, right? Tapping buttons. This kid was on Evil Geniuses at one point. You know, he's teamed with some of the biggest names in Halo, and it's kind of out of the norm. I remember when he got picked up in the Pro League, and it was like such a astounding thing to happen, right? A Mexican player getting picked up solely off of his skill and talent, and so that kind of speaks to kind of what this team is all about. And Drift, Atso, all these guys have been with him from the start. And even in the winners bracket, when they got knocked into losers, games 1 and 2 were really close, and they could have gone either way. You know, we going into this tournament, Pittsburgh Knights was definitely the team I was looking out for. And now they've secured a spot in the top 4 moving into tomorrow's tournament. And congratulations to them.